This week on The Grid, we're talking all about when it's best to use your iPhone or your DSLR mirrorless. Platypod is here with a cool new product, and we'll be flying the missing man formation for a few minutes. And it all starts right now.
The Grid is brought to you by Platypod, the tripod alternative that is changing the world. Everybody has a Platypod. You should too. Go to platypod.com.
Well, welcome to the show. We were going to fly the missing man formation for a little bit.
We're not.
But we're not now. Scott hurried up and got here. We had a little technical difficulty with a tanker and causing an accident that closed down a road, but Scott was able to navigate around it.
The road to here, I was jackknifed.
Unfortunately, there's only one road.
There's one road.
So you have to go back around.
And I saw the flashing lights. I'm like, no, and I had to go all the way back. I can't believe I made it as quick as I did.
Yeah, I can't either. I mean, I was expecting you to be at least another 5-10 minutes.
Me too.
But you're a fast driver. You're a fast driver.
Hi, Larry.
Hey.
Hey, Scott. Matt,
There's
Scott?
people. Yeah.
No, thank you.
Oh, there's Skip. There's Judy. Hi,
Yeah,
everybody.
so we're
holy crap! It's
Eddie Tapp. Got Larry
Holy
Becker.
crap! Larry Becker's here. This is like a party.
Yeah.
Juan's here.
So we got a bunch of stuff to talk about today.
Yes, we do.
We do.
I'm glad you're so organized.
Yes. First off, I got to get some business out of the way. We have something very special coming up tomorrow for our KelbyOne members. We have a KelbyOne members only webcast. You want to join us at 1 p.m. tomorrow if you're a member for that members only webcast. It'll be on the KelbyOne site. If you're watching right now as a KelbyOne member, that's where it'll be.
Can I tell them a little bit about it?
Yeah, go for it.
All right, so here's what we're going to do. We're going to do something very different tomorrow. So we are launching something new. I will tell you about that tomorrow. But here's what we're going to do tomorrow together is we're going to make a print together. And when I say we're going to make a print, we are literally going to get the print, we're going to prep the print for print, and we're going to send it to a photo lab. You're going to go create an account, we're going to send it to the photo lab. Look, it's almost the holidays. We're going to make a big print. Now, I went to the folks at Bay Photo, they're friends of ours, they're not sponsors of our show, but they're friends of ours, and we said, we need a big discount. They gave us the biggest discount I think that they have.
Yeah.
They gave us a huge discount. So tomorrow, when you come to this webcast, come with one image that you want to make as a print, because they're only going to give us one. You can buy one item for 24 hours. That's it.
Yeah.
Because it's a ridiculous discount. It's very,
Yeah.
very large, Anyway, so we're going to do it together. Like, we're going to start from scratch. I'm going to take you through the entire process. And at the end, we're going to hit upload, and it goes to their lab. And then in a couple of days, you're going to get a big, beautiful print. We're doing like 16 by 24s.
Yep.
So that's tomorrow. No.
Tomorrow?
Yes.
1 p.m. tomorrow, members
1
only
p.m.
webcast.
It's just for KelbyOne members.
Everybody can join us for a webcast on Friday at 1 p.m. We're going to be doing our cyber launch for our cyber specials. This is going to be talking all about our new fast track system. So you're going to want to join us for that.
Yeah, that one's got a lot of teaching and stuff in it too.
Yes, a lot of teaching, a lot of stuff, and that is on Friday. So that's for everybody. Anybody can come to that one, but tomorrow's at 1 o'clock is just for members.
Just for members. Right. Tomorrow, Friday, everybody can come. Especially tell people for Friday, if you've got photographers that are, of course, it's really what we're doing on Friday is not for Kelby members. If you're a KelbyOne member, don't come.
You can come. We don't have no problem with you coming.
You can come, but that's not who it's for.
It's not who it's for, yeah.
Tell your friends. You know those photographers that you know that are struggling, and you know people that are.
That's it.
We've got something we've never done before. It's a great solution, and you got to join us on Friday for that. So just tell them it's free. Come on and party with us. Blah, blah, blah.
All right, and then we've got a bunch of giveaways today. Getting all the stuff out of the way up front. We've got a bunch of giveaways. First, we've got something from our friends at Platypod. We got a Platypod handle that we're going to get given away. This is a great thing for rising above your Platypod, just holding it handheld. I've used these many of times to mount for rockets, especially. So, and then how do I do that in Photoshop? We're going to be giving away that, which is right here. We're not. I think it says we're giving away an ebook version. But
no,
it's the real print. Giving away the print version.
It's the real print version.
So we're going to be giving you away the print version of that. Then we're going to be giving away the Photoshop book for digital photographers. So we're giving that.
It's real.
Real book you can get right over on Amazon. Then we're going to be giving away a copy of On One No Noise 2023. This is a great plugin for removing noise and adding sharpening to your image. So we're going to be giving that away to one.
Whose
winner.
picture is that on their homepage?
That might be mine, and Jason might be standing, like I said, maybe 10 feet over to the left there, shooting in the bushes.
And when you launch that program, whose picture appears in the splash screen?
That might be mine. Right?
Oh my
There you
gosh.
go. All right. And then we're going to be giving away one V-flat from V-flat World. This is for U.S. shipping only, so you have to be in the U.S. shipping address. And everybody can win, though, with V-flat, because you can use the checkout code Kelby10 at checkout, and you're going to save 10% off your order. And then finally, Retouch for Me, which we saw a few weeks ago on the show. And if you didn't see that, go back to that show, because it will blow your mind on what this program will do. They're going to give away their eye bundle, which is their 2 eye products together. And everybody can get a 20% discount on their product as well. They just got to enter that promo code KelbyOne20. So that's KELBYONE, the number 20. And then they have to go to the page promo.retouch4.me. So you do have to go to that website address, promo.retouch4.me.
Promo.retouch.
I know. I wish it was a little different. We're working on it, but maybe we can, you know what we should do? I just thought of it. We're going to make a Bitly link for next week. That just is a Bitly link.
Yeah,
for
that's
that,
the worst.
Right?
All
That's
right.
the worst.
All right. I have it on my screen, but I'm not plugged in, so.
All right. Well, I've got something real quick if you want to show. I have been doing some more experimenting with the variable ND filter
The variable
at the air
ND.
show. And this is actually working really well, right?
Don't listen to him.
So I got some shots here to show. They should have my screen in the control room on the NDI, which, there you go.
There it is.
So just really slow shutter panning, but with fast motion. And I think we lost it. Never mind.
Oh, it was there for a second.
It was there for a second. So I don't know what happened.
Don't do full screen. Just double
do-
click and then shift
Yeah,
tab.
maybe I'll do that. Let's see if they can get it now.
And then shift tab. And press I so we don't have to see the.
Yep.
Here we go.
There you go. Maybe they can
Now
get
do
it
you
now.
have it?
Ugh.
There we go.
There it is.
Oh, there it is.
There it is.
So,
Yes, there we
I can't tell if it's the feed's dropping out or
Oh, yeah.
the screen is dropping out.
I don't know what's happening. But anyways, I had some images there. It's just really cool to see such action at high speeds like that.
It says it's dropping out and they're trying to fix
Yeah.
it.
But anyways, it is what it is.
Oh,
It's
I
a
want to
cool
see
images.
these pictures.
Well, I
wanna
don't
see
have
number
a cable.
7.
I don't have a cable.
I can use my cable. I'm not doing anything.
Yeah. Well, maybe I
Here,
can.
use my cable.
Maybe I'll do that.
Here, I got a cable. We share
Yeah.
cables.
We'll share cables. Let's see if this will work.
How you doing, Larry?
Okay, how you doing, Scott?
Good. How are things?
Nice to.
I like it. That's a very
technical.
small laptop.
Let's see if that worked.
All right, so you see what's going on there.
All right.
There we go. There we go. I want to see number 7. All right.
All right, so yeah, you can see here, just really, no matter how fast it's going, I'm opening up my shutter really wide, so I got a wide open shutter. I'm panning really slow with action, but usually you wouldn't do that with fast moving
Right.
stuff. You wouldn't go really, really slow, like
Look
110.
at the propeller. You
Right.
got the full thing
Right.
there. The full whatever.
So, and it's a
called.
full, and then the person moving, the clouds are moving, they're streaking out. It's just very interesting of a look, you know, that I haven't seen much of.
Was that Team Dragon?
And what's interesting is when the vape started happening,
Yeah.
you see a lot more of it because you're at that, again, that
Slow
slower
shutter.
shutter, right? And you can even see there, you can see actually the transonic spikes. You can see the 3
The
spikes.
transonic spikes.
You can see it coming right over the pilot, little back, and you can actually
Transonic.
see it. It's really cool. Yeah, you can see the vapes
Look at
all
that.
vaping up.
Vaping up.
Like
Oh, that's
crazy.
the one. I love that one. He
Yeah,
sent me
was
that one the other
great,
day.
Right?
That's
it's like the whole plane is like
in vapes.
enveloped in it.
And that
right?
is what shutter speed, do you know?
I think 1/250th.
Oh, that's pretty good.
Yeah. So it's just really interesting when you start getting down there. Like even this, where it kind of like the plane's tilting, but the prop in the middle of the plane is sharp because the plane's tilting. Really just looks. It's just a really cool look that I've been trying out.
Yeah, look at those propellers. Very
That's
nice.
That's it. So
Lovely. Well,
Yeah,
it's
thanks.
very interesting. I like the way you got like a.
So that's all I'm doing there.
You got like a red roof end behind it.
Yeah, exactly.
That's nice.
Yeah, this is really nice. I love
good.
that.
I like
love
that.
that. That's usually what you get in an air show. You get
Motel
some of that
6 or
like
something?
craziness. But the whole technique there, again, is just adding a variable
Where
ND.
was this? What was the air show?
This was at the Stewart Air Show down in Stewart, Florida.
Stewart, Florida.
But I really went for the F-22.
Yeah,
Because I wanted to try this on the F-22 because that is a vape machine.
It's
just,
a vapey
It's just a
vapey.
vape machine. So very cool stuff. But that's the tip there is try new things. Try new stuff.
All right, and what's our topic for today, Eric? Is it
So we
the
are talking
iPhone and
Yep.
when to use it instead of the mirrorless?
Yes, iPhone versus mirrorless, right? Or the iPhone and when to use a mirrorless. When to use an iPhone or a DSLR too, because mirrorless and DSLR.
Yeah, I just did a presentation on this, and the whole thing was on when to use your iPhone as your second camera. Because I used to carry a second camera. I would go on vacation, I would take a body and another body, right? I'd take two bodies. And I stopped taking that second body about 2 years ago. And I just don't take it anymore. And people are like, what happens if your mirrorless, breaks down? And I pull out I got a 48 megapixel camera right here. I'll be using this one. It's 48 megapixels, it's good to go. And there are things that it does way better than what your mirrorless or DSLR does, way better. And it's just, there are times where it works better. Can I give you one example?
Absolutely.
You ever try to do a time lapse on your mirrorless?
Oh, it's a pain in the butt.
Do time lapse on your phone.
It's easy.
It's one button. You just go to time lapse and go,
As soon as you're finished, it's
go.
in there. Yeah.
And when you're done, it's done and it's
And
done.
and you can email it out
upload.
right away.
Yeah, you can
Email.
upload
You
it, you can email it. There's no post-processing.
Yeah.
There's no doing math. Because the first thing that your mirrorless, which will do it, wants to know is, what's the math? And it doesn't try to figure it for you. It asks you, how many frames do you want, over what period of time, and on your phone's just like, go. That's just one.
And
you might
got to
think,
blend exposures. You got to change
What about
if
panos?
shadows and highlights.
Oh, that's what I said.
Nighttime functions.
Yeah.
The panos are fantastic. Because number one is it works better than you'd think because it always says slow down. You don't have to slow down. You can go as quick as you want. I had this guy showing me this. I was at a workshop and this guy was like a real iPhone aficionado, and he was showing me all these things about panos, and he had all these cool things he was doing. He was really into panos, and he's like, forget what, and he would show me. I'm like, holy crap. He goes, see how it says slow down? I go, forget that. Just ignore that. And he said that used to be a thing when panos first came out. He says now you could things, and he was doing crazy stuff with it. And he was doing these ones where he just holds it and puts himself in the shot and all that. He had so many cool things he was doing. But anyway, panos is one where it stitches it does everything. It doesn't ask you any questions. It doesn't need Lightroom. It doesn't need Photoshop. It just does it, and it looks great. And you'll shoot more of them because shooting them on a DSLR or mirrorless requires you to follow these 6 steps to get a good pano. Or on the phone, you just switch to pano and shoot. And you can do vertical panos and you can do backwards panos. I showed that in my iPhone, one of my iPhone classes is how to do a backwards pano because you don't have to go from left to right. You can go from right to left. You can go from top to bottom. You can do all kinds of stuff.
What I found amazing is the nighttime function where you're taking a 3-second exposure and yet it's all coming out sharp. I still don't get quite how that works, but
I guess it takes a burst of photos behind the scenes that you don't
And it's
see,
merging them all
and it
together.
merges them and finds the best
And
one.
it's also averaging out the
And
noise.
it's synchronizing
Averages
them
out the
also.
noise.
I mean, it's computational photography.
Crazy, yeah.
And technically, we have been doing, what it does in night mode, us as astrophotographers have been doing that for years. So, people go, well, it's not photography. It's like, well, actually, that's what astrophotography is. If you're taking a deep space image, you're stacking up a bunch of data and then averaging out the noise, increasing the sharpness. That's what you're doing. Now, your phone does it. And it's crazy your phone does in night mode crazy stuff. Like the Samsung and the Google have an actual tracking mode where it'll track the night sky and merge the night sky over 4 or 7 or 10 minutes. That's something the iPhone can't even do.
That's crazy.
It's crazy.
It's
It's crazy what the phones will do.
All right, we're gonna take a break because we're already at break time. So we're gonna break. When we come back, we have all kinds of stuff. So don't go away. Tell your friends. Go right now. Go onto Twitter and say, go watch the grid because something amazing is about to happen.
Oh, yes.
Well, you know who looking like this for real. You know who looking like that.
Well, hi everybody, and welcome to beautiful London, England, where I'm doing a very, very special class. I'm very excited about this class because it's something very different, very unique. It's about creating travel photography that has a personal connection to something you love. So that's the whole idea. Because think about it, a lot of people will go to a city again and again. Like we're here in London. I've been coming to London since I was 24 years old. So for the last 10 years, I've been coming to London. Anyway, long story short is, I've got the shots of Big Ben and I've got the shots of the London Eye and the Thames River and all that stuff. I've got it to death. But when I come to London, I can do something special. I can use something that I care about and then go and shoot it, and that becomes my story when I get back. So I'm shooting for a passion that I have. So my passion might be flowers, so I come to London and what I'm shooting are all the amazing gardens. What if my passion is museums? Well, there's 170 of them here. What if it's music? I could be at the Royal Albert Hall or the great music stores or the places where the Beatles played back in the day or where they literally bought their guitars. I could do a whole story on all that kind of stuff. And that's what this class is about. It's taking something you love and adding it to something else you love. You're marrying travel and your interests and photography. It's a hit. So you got to come and watch my brand new class. It's on creating personal connection in your travel images, and it's only here at KelbyOne.
Hi, I'm Karen Hutton. Join me for how to plan a trip to a location you've never visited. Whether you're an expert photographer, you plan trips, but it still makes you nervous, maybe you haven't planned a trip, or maybe you just wish you could. Whether you're flying, whether you're driving, whether you're taking a train or some other mode of transportation, you'll learn how to decide, develop, dedicate, and dig in to create the adventure of your dreams, whether it's a long trip or just an afternoon. We're also going to cover where you got to be on the inside and how you have to train to maximize your time, your money, and your effort on your next adventure. So join me on my next class at KelbyOne.com.
This segment of The Grid is brought to you by B&H Photo, the professional source since 1973.
All right, guys, we are back. Scott's here. Larry is with us, and Larry Becker is with us too, because you should always have more than one Larry in the studio if you can. It's just a safety.
We're missing our brother Daryl.
It's a safety. We are there. There's Larry. There's Eddie. There they are, hanging out, making the scene. All right, but we're going to focus on the Larry to my left. And Larry's got some exciting news. Now, I know many of you have seen Larry. How many times have you been on the show? 5?
I think this is my 6th or 7th.
Six or seventh. You've been on here a lot. We've launched a lot of things on Kickstarter. We're not doing that today because the thing is already ready to go.
Yes.
All right, what is the thing?
Yeah.
Okay, the thing is the Platypod Grip. Now, we're talking today about iPhones and smartphones and how it compares with DSLR. Well, they say if you want your iPhone photography to look professional, then shoot like a professional.
Right.
That's it.
Okay.
Intent.
We had a product before, I think it was called Square Jellyfish, that we were selling to use as a phone mount. That product has been discontinued, can no longer be ordered, and I went and searched. We bought plastic units, metal units, all kinds of different iPhone holders, and frankly, I wasn't delighted with any of them. None of them had all the features that I wanted. So we decided to put together our own. And I got together with a team of photographers, Larry Becker included, Shiv Verma included, Levi Sim, and we designed a brand new phone holder. So let me introduce to you the Platypod Grip. It starts off, will come in the package, kind of snap together like this for compact transport.
I like that.
And then
Oh, that's clever.
Yeah, I like that.
there's a little ball joint at the top over here, and with a 1/4 inch screw, and that screws onto the top.
Okay.
Now, if you have a platypod, or you have a tripod of any kind, and if you don't, please get one.
If you don't have a platypod, what
You don't have a
planet are you
platypod,
on?
what do you want?
How can you
planet
watch
are
this
you
show
on?
and not have a platypod?
You just put this onto your platypod. Now, I should just say, there's 3 ways of mounting this. There's a 3/8 inch socket at the bottom here. There's also 2/4 20 sockets, so if you have smaller devices you want to mount it onto. And this happens to also be ARCA compatible on the base too. So it's basically a universal mount for your tripod or your platypod. So we just spin this onto here. You put this down, you take your phone, and all you do is you pull out one of the springs here, snaps right in. I like to push it in nice and snug. You'll see it's got extra depth here. Let's say you have a phone case that has one of those slim batteries built into it.
Yeah.
So you'll be able to fit that in here, and it naturally pushes towards the back. Now, here's the magic. With this large metal knob, now it's an all metal construction here. This large metal knob, it's glove operable in the winter. You can get your phone going straight up, tip it down for macro work. You can turn it from portrait to landscape. There's a little collar around here that swivels around 360 degrees, okay? And to lock it, one knob locks everything. And Scott, tell me if that's nice and tight.
Oh, dude, that's rock solid.
It's rock solid, supports up to 5 pounds, and I'll show you exactly what we mean by that. And let's
5 pounds, boy, that's a heavy phone.
Well,
What are you sticking in there, Larry?
how's this?
Hey-o.
Oh, look at that. Hey-oh.
So I took off the jaws from the top, and just to demonstrate
yeah,
how
look at that.
solid the ball joint is on here, I've got my old Nikon D850 here. Sorry, it's not a mirrorless, guys. With the J. Maisel special.
This is a great
the
camera lens
28
combo.
to 300
yeah.
lens on there.
I'd
It's a
still
heavy,
shoot with that today.
That's
There's
a heavy
no way.
lens. But the point of this is it supports it. It actually supports it.
Yeah.
So if you needed a micro
Yeah.
ball head in a pinch, you could use it. It's not the main intended use, but just to show the strength of this unit.
Well, I love products like that. It's not the main intended use, but I'm going to use it that way. That's for sure.
You know, Larry, a product like that would probably sell for around $600.
At least.
At least, wouldn't you say?
Oh.
Can we spray it with water?
If anyone would like to pay $600, please send them my way. All right, here's another setup for you. You guys know the platypod handle could be used as a riser. Can go 6.5 inches up to 10.5 inches above your base. You can put the grip right on top of that, and now you can mount on, it's got 2 cold shoe adapters on it. So you can mount on a microphone at the top, like I have a little shotgun mic over here. Using one of the extra 1/4 20 sockets in the back of the jaws, I've mounted a gooseneck and a light. You can put
at that.
elbows on here.
Goosey.
Is there anything you won't
Loosey-goosey.
do?
And then pop in your
But wait, there's
camera.
more.
Pop in your camera. And for the microphone, by the way, little tip, microphones usually come with little microphone 1/8 inch jacks like that. There are
Yep.
adapters
Yep.
sold by Apple and others where you can plug this in with a lightning adapter or with a USB-C cable, as the case may be. So now you've got a cinema rig. You can turn this around, certainly, and face it towards you and use it for vlogging. You can put this right on your desktop and use it to vlog with.
That's cool.
All right, now I'm going to show you another rig that Christina came up with.
But wait, there's more.
There's more.
Christina decided that this is a really good use. For those of you who are shooting cinema and also want material for social where you need it vertical, but you can't decide which way to go, or you'd have to come back and shoot twice. Eric, may I borrow your phone?
Sure. Yeah, go for it.
All right, let's put Eric's phone
My case is huge.
On here.
That's
It
a big
fits.
phone.
That's a big phone. Okay.
Look at that, and it works.
And really, it'll expand. This
I
goes
actually
up
have
to
one.
105
I have one
millimeters.
mount that I have from years ago that won't fit on that one.
And now we're putting my phone over here.
Yep.
And now you have a side-by-side rig where you're
Vertical,
shooting
horizontal,
cinematic
yeah.
on one, you're shooting for social on the other one, all at the same time, and you don't have to do double takes, okay? And just
Sweet.
these are mounted on just with platypod elbows and with the grips on top. And again, what sets this aside from the rest is how solid it is, having the ball joint at the top over here so that you can position it any which way that you want. And
Larry, a rig like that looks like it would cost $3,000.
do you want to know what it really costs?
I'm dying
Yes,
to know.
I'm
Go
dying
to
to know.
platypod.com and you can check it out. You can pre-order one now, and if you're among the first 1,000
Okay.
people to pre-order, and Skip, how many are pre-ordered so far? 100 right now. 100 right now. The first 1,000 people that pre-order before December 1st,
That's a great price.
That
We're
actually
gonna
is a
ship
great
these
price. I
out.
would have paid $3,000.
we're I have to talk to you afterwards. That's good. We'll have these shipped out the second week of December. You will hopefully have them in time for the holidays. After that, we probably have another shipment coming in January, so you'll still be able to get it. This is an introductory price. The price will likely go up a little bit after that, not to $3,000 though. And we'd like to put this in everyone's hands because honestly, if you own a tripod, you probably need the grip.
You know,
Right.
that really is, because I'm big into this stuff. Like, that's a good price. That's a really good price for that product, especially with the versatility. Because, like I said, even like my phone case, because I like a little thicker, like a lot of times they don't fit, they don't grip really well, and that was fine. So
All right,
really nice.
I'm going to
price.
give this thing the best endorsement I can possibly give it, which is my friend Terry White just got 2 days ago one of the pre-ones, the
this
first
is-
ones.
Yep.
The prototypes.
Terry is the stickiest guy for tech stuff.
Oh
Now,
yeah, he is.
He is great. If you want to know what the best of anything is, Terry
Yep,
is the
he
guy.
is the guy.
But if it isn't perfect, Terry's the guy that slams it to the ground and jumps on it. Terry said, your thing is perfect. He said that thing is so well thought out. He goes,
Yeah.
it is. He goes, they did everything right.
Well, Scott, you know how we do things at Platypod. I don't just come up with the ideas myself. We vet it out. I will pass ideas by you, by other photographers. It's a group think, and it really helps. I'm not worried about NDAs or other people coming out with similar products. I want our product to be the very best it can be, and the best way to do it is to ask photographers.
There you go.
Yeah, they have opinions.
Yes.
They have no problem sharing their opinions. But anyway,
I will say another thing is, if you're a photographer and you have a phone, it's like we talked about at the beginning. What this is the most valuable piece of gear that you will get is something to attach your phone to a tripod or some kind of stabilization thing. And that is when it goes back to, it's all about the intent. If you intend to shoot your phone like a professional camera, it will be a professional camera, because all these things are mirrorless cameras by definition. That's what this
That's
is.
a
It's
mirrorless camera.
It has a view. It has the electronic viewfinder. It has a lens. It has a sensor. It is a mirrorless camera. And if you treat it that way, that's a product like this lets you treat it like a professional camera.
now, Larry, if you don't have a platypod, can you use it?
Yeah, you can use it on any tripod, because as long as your tripod has a bolt on it, whether it's 3/8 inch or 1/4 inch, it'll fit.
And it's got a
If you want to put it
Arca-Swiss.
right on, it's Arca Swiss, so if you want to put it right on your tripod head.
That is the
then
pièce de
you
résistance
can
right there.
just put it right on your tripod head, which is useful for two things, I think. If you really want to get a smooth, accurate pan, Scott, you said you can just go quickly and do a pano. Personally, I don't know. I get a little shaky. I have some trouble with it. I do a much better pano if I'm on a panoramic head, and I can just smoothly.
Well,
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
Larry,
like
that's
that.
cheating.
But I do actually. That's why I do love the Bloody Ball for that. I use it for
Yeah.
my panos because it the way it rotates like on the
It's
top
got nice
there,
resistance
it's
to
really
it,
nice.
smooth. And also, the one other thing is, as you're tipping, you can go downward. You really can't go much past 90 degrees here, like pretty much any of these devices. So this will allow you, for your astrophotography,
Yep,
to
tip it.
tip backwards
Yeah.
and go up there.
Nice.
Great.
Hey, Linda
Awesome stuff.
says, I wonder if the phone bracket would hold a Samsung Fold 4. They are really thick.
Yes, so we have
I bet
good
it
thickness.
does.
We have very good
Yeah, look
thickness
how
here.
thick
Once
that is.
with it folded, obviously, if it's open, you might have some difficulty with that. But yes, folded, it'll hold.
Alrighty, and Sarah says, hello from Ohio, where I use my Platypod almost daily.
Thank
So,
you, Sarah.
Thank you, Sarah. Alrighty, it is actually break time again. Now, while we're on break, this would be a perfect time for you to go to platypod.com. Go ahead and place your order now, because you know what's going to happen? You know this is really cool. And you're going to go, I'll wait a couple of days and I'll go back and do it. And then you'll miss the first 1,000. You'll miss the holiday shipping. You'll miss the whole thing. Look, you know you're going to get one. You know it. I know it. This is like too perfect of a thing. And it's too perfect of a gift because it's right in that stocking stuffer kind of price.
It's a nice price.
It's a nice price.
To verify what you said,
I've shopped for a lot of these, and like to get that build, you're over $100.
Well,
I just from my experience.
Just to reinforce what you said, I just looked back the other day at our last Kickstarter for the handle, and by day 4, we broke 1,000 units. So Scott is not exaggerating here. Probably within a few days, we're going to break that 1,000 number. So yes, if you want one in time, then order now. Otherwise, like I said, we'll probably have a second batch in January.
And again, it's perfect for you. It's perfect as a gift, though. I mean, this is...
That would be a great gift for somebody who's getting into it. Like, especially, like, I can think my nieces, nephews, they're into this stuff. But a lot of them are using their phones because that's what they have. But still, the same thing, it's photography. The camera is a camera. It's a mirrorless camera. But getting them the gear to actually make it into a professional mirrorless camera is invaluable. And for $35...
Well,
that's
thank you both for your comments. Enough about Platypod for now. I want to hear what Eddie Tapp has to say after this.
Yeah.
Holy crap.
Let's do
Eddie
it.
Tapp.
Holy
We're going to see Eddie, and he'll be sitting very close to Larry Becker, which means he probably has caught something. Anyway,
We'll find out what's on tap.
we're going to find out what's on. I see what you did there. So all right, you're off the show. All right, stick around. We'll be right back live here on the grid. Don't go away.
This segment of The Grid is brought to you by Canon.
Hey, we are back, Scott and Erik and Larry, and over on the other set, like
Holy
right
crap.
over there, holy crap, it's Larry Becker. Holy crap, Larry, how are you, Larry?
I couldn't be better.
And Larry, who is that beside you? A legend, a living legend of photography.
I didn't even notice.
I know. He just appears in a puff of smoke, like Santa in a way. But anyway, welcome to the show, Eddie Tapp.
Thank you. It's an honor to be here, Scott.
It's great to see you again, Eddie.
Thank you. You too.
And so you've been doing some interesting things, Eddie?
I'm sorry?
You've been doing some interesting things?
Oh, yes. I have done some very interesting things yesterday. I was in your studio having a blast, having a great time working with the Platypod products, your crew. It was just a wonderful day, and I'm so excited to be here. So thank you for allowing that.
All right, so can you tell us can you give us any heads up on what you were doing? I know you were doing stuff, Eddie, but what? Was it shoplifting?
I was doing some stuff, Scott.
Petty theft? What?
It was all exploratory. So I love doing exploratory stuff, but we photographed a watch, some close-up work. We photographed some food, which was some beautiful cupcakes. And we had a professional model come in. We did different types of headshots. One was including a very special setup with the Platypod equipment that you'll see. And then we had this bicycle, thank you, Larry, and trying to find a great place to shoot it, ended up using your theater area on stage with the bicycle, and we did some special lighting there too. But all images was using Platypod equipment in one way or another. And personally, I use them all the time. I don't travel without them. It's so easy to travel with that equipment, and it's so easy to use. So it was just fun. We had a great time yesterday.
So Larry let you borrow his bike? Is that what it was?
His wife's bike.
Oh, his wife's bike? Did the training wheels get in the way at all, or was that an issue at all when doing the photos?
It didn't bother me one bit.
Really? Good,
No.
because Larry's really big on that, because he does borrow his wife's bike.
Yeah, but there aren't training wheels. There are 3 wheels on the bike, like always. So.
Oh, good, it's one of those. Get the bikes.
Larry Becker, what are we calling this class?
This class is all about photographers, professional photographers, using Platypod gear.
So Platypod for professionals?
Yeah.
Like we're the same way with what Eddie was just saying. Like we take our Platypods with us everywhere. Like everywhere we go, because
and the accessories, because it's always the form factor. It's so small and lightweight. It's great.
I know when I'm doing a live event or something, I always keep the Platypod literally in my pocket.
Yeah,
that Platypod Ultra, and I pull it out of my pocket. And I'm like, this is my tripod. But the thing about the Ultra, so I have the Extreme, which is great in extreme situations. If I'm shooting a football game or something, I'm going to the Extreme where I need the spikes in the ground and all that kind of stuff. Yeah. But with that Ultra, it'll let you shoot in places that you have no business shooting in. I don't know what's happened to this world with the tripod. The tripod has become the enemy of everyone. You set up a tripod and they cannot wait to just jump all over you. I mean, it's bad. I just was reading something last night about a photographer who got arrested in Moscow. And he was in the Moscow. The Moscow subways are very famous for they're beautifully architecturally very clean, very architecturally beautiful. And so he went with his daughter's high school as a chaperone. Okay. And he said, "Hey, I'm going to go and I'm going to take my gear and I'm going to get to shoot and I get to chaperone as well." So he went to Moscow, and he set up his tripod and they came to arrest him. And he's like, "I'm just taking a picture and all." So the guy didn't speak English, he didn't speak Russian. He finally got the guy to go, okay, and let him go. And he's like, whew. His next stop is in front of the famous, we Americans call it the Kremlin, because when we say the Kremlin, we show this church, but it's not the Kremlin. It is a very famous, what is it called? Saint?
It's got those little
the minarets. It has the minarets. It's very colorful. Yeah. It's pretty, and it's very famous. He went and shot a shot of that. The policemen were on him and they had to go through the whole same thing again. And if you're standing there with your phone, you put a Platypod on the ground, nobody says anything. We shot all over London. I'm popping that Platypod out. Nobody says anything.
Yeah, so that's amazing. It is amazing.
So what you've created with this whole ecosystem based around these things, is you've created freedom for photographers. You've allowed us to shoot in places and do things because also the size of the Platypod makes it amazing. But all these things that you have built upon it, the handle, this new iPhone accessory, it's a neat, you got to be very proud of what you've created. And it all started with just that one little Platypod. It's exploded. By the way, it's not 1,000 people anymore. Now it's going to be around 800.
It's already sold 200.
They just sold. They've already sold 100 right today. Before we got here.
A few people bought 2.
A few people bought 2. 206. All right, so now it's less than 800. So if you want to get yours, you better get it now because, like we said, a couple days from now you'll have missed the boat and you're gonna, I should have got it and all. And don't you hate that? Because I've done that so many times.
Oh,
where
yes,
I think,
many times.
I don't know. And then a couple days later, I'm like, God, that would be so great. I'm gonna go see if they're available. And it says January, and you're like, wah wah wah. Don't do that. Don't do that. Let's ask Larry Becker what he would do. Larry, when would you buy yours?
Now.
And how much? And how much?
I already bought 12.
And how many thousand would you be willing to pay for each one?
I don't know that I'd pay $1,000. Seriously, I was expecting this to come out at $100. That's really.
And when
what
I looked at
thinking.
it, that's how I think it'd be 99.
Yeah.
You know, people don't realize how expensive good iPhone accessories
They're very
are.
expensive.
Because I have a holiday gear guide and stuff, and I'm always looking for stuff in it. And by the way, this is in my holiday gear guide, which actually comes out on December 1st. So in print, it'll be on December 1st. It'll be on my blog as well. But this is the 18th year in a row I've done a holiday gear guide.
The Gonzo Gear Guide.
The Gonzo Gear Guide. Let me tell you, stuff is expensive, and iPhone accessories, because they look, we know you're paying $1,000 for your phone. You can afford $100 for a
they've
thing.
gone up
So
and
that
up and
price that you've got on there is really, it's a sweet spot.
Yeah,
All right,
it
can
is.
we talk a little bit about using the iPhone instead of your DSLR?
Like when are these? When is this scenario where you're like?
All right.
Yeah.
Well, we've done a few scenarios.
Right.
Where do you use your DSLR? What situations do you choose? I mean, I know
DSLR or mirrorless. Like when do you choose? I will say the only thing for me is extreme telephoto. Like I have
That's
a
it.
problem at extreme
how
telephoto.
about for portraiture? How do they size up?
They size up great in natural
Great.
light.
Yeah,
in natural light,
yeah.
they size
So
up
strobe,
great.
Strobe is one.
Hey, can I tell you something that you
However,
can do? No, I got a good one.
I've seen some good strobes.
I know.
I got a good one.
I know,
after
but
your
it's a
good
little
one.
pain. But here's one I don't think that people realize. And the key to a lot of this stuff is to shooting in what they call like live picture mode. It should say the word live at the top of your screen. You should see a little circle in the left-hand corner. And let me tell you what this does. Now, it does a lot of things, but here's one that I love. And this is something that your mirrorless doesn't do and your DSLR doesn't do, but your phone does better. You can take a photo in portrait mode, ready? And change the amount of blur after the fact. Yeah. You can just go up there and tap on the word live, and it'll show. Well, actually, it'll show you not tap on the word.
It's that
it'll show you the
yeah.
f-stop, like it'll say f5.6 or whatever it says.
Drag it.
You can just drag it and say, nope, I wanted the background blurrier. Nope, blurrier. You
Just
can take it
change
down
the
to.
depth of field.
You can go down
Yep.
to what, 1.4 or 1.
I think it's 1.4.
1.4 now. You can
Or
just
1.8.
drag it,
One of
and you
those.
can
But
say, nope.
clearly, you're not actually changing the aperture. You're just by computer. You're changing the depth.
Yeah,
of
it's
field.
changing the depth of field artificially,
Yeah,
but you would
artificial.
not know. It looks fantastic. I mean, it really looks great, but you have full
I think
control.
you can do that in cinema. Also, you can do that.
You can do it on
Cinematic
video.
video,
You can do
yeah.
it on cinematic video, or you can do it. But the fact that when you do it, when you actually do it, so all you do is take the photo in portrait mode, tap on the f-stop up in the left corner, up comes the slider, and you just choose. And it'll show you f-stop wise, like you're at f8, you're at f11, you're at 16, you're at 4, whatever it is. And you can just dial in the preferred amount, right there, and you're done.
Well, here's a question
That's
I'd love
cool.
to ask Tracy Sweeney or Tamara Lackey as the pediatrician's view, and that is, I think for kids, I would much still rather shoot on my DSLR than on an iPhone because the kids are moving around so fast. You need either a faster shutter speed or you need flash to be able to really get them frozen. Otherwise, they're all over the place.
Let's
What do you
look.
think about
What do
that?
you think about that, Mr. Kuna? Because I think Mr. Kuna is going to be
I mean, I'm going to say, I think that with enough continuous light, you're not going to have a problem.
Yeah, I think you're going to see very high shutter
However,
speeds.
I would say, one person to look at for this, honestly, Russell Brown. What Russell Brown is doing with Flash
my
and the
gosh.
phone
Yes.
is amazing. His pictures, I don't know if we can bring up his Instagram because I'm sure
We
he has
presented
pictures
that at
on
the
there.
last iPhone photography
Yeah, I mean, his
conference.
stuff, and because I was with him
stuff
I was
is
with him this
incredible.
summer and watching him work with the now he's using the Pro Photo Flash, which isn't cheap, but it's starting out right now and it's growing. But what you can see from Russell Brown is really the possibilities of a year or 2 or 3. He's always way ahead of the curve. So what he's doing with Flash, I mean, you see like those pictures on his site, those are from phones, like where he's taking Flash from phones, right?
Yeah, his stuff is great,
So
and it's
the idea
phone-based.
that, I mean, it's,
Look at the long exposures
because
and
again,
stuff.
it's a mirrorless camera. He's using an iPhone and a Samsung. That's what he has. And he's using both of them, and he's able to get stuff that I'm telling you, you would swear. And why it's so good is he's treating it like a
But
professional
does he have a
camera.
Platypod Grip yet?
I'm sure if you send him one, he'll be using it.
But-
You know what
yeah.
he's using? You know what he's using actually? He is using, which I've used for the Really Right Stuff attachment, and
but
it
that's-
is a really nice one.
But it's
the price point
5 times.
because I've used it,
Yep.
and it is amazing, and that's where I said the price point of this because if you want the best one on the planet, it is that Really Right Stuff, but you're spending $180 on a phone mount. $180.
That's true. You
That's
could
a lot of
something.
bones.
I did
That's a
that.
lot.
I looked. It was very.
And this
That-
thing
that
is
one is very
amazing.
good.
I mean, it is so well built. I was
That's what I'm
playing
saying.
with it.
That's
It is
getting up
so
there.
well built.
And in fact, I like some of the features that it has over the other one.
because it's easy. It's very
Yeah.
fast. It's very easy to use.
So at the price point, yeah, it's slam
And
dunk.
it's surprisingly lightweight for being sturdy like it is. Because it feels so sturdy, but it is lightweight.
Yeah, this is 6 ounces.
6 ounces. It weighs nothing. It's 6 ounces.
I know it's not.
He knows.
That's ridiculous.
Now, I
But
just want
it's
to tell
a
you.
good build too. It's a
All right.
solid build.
So we're talking about Russell Preston Brown. So Erik, I think, is constantly pushing what an iPhone can do. He does a lot of things where I'm really, really shocked that he's able to do it on an iPhone. And then he's looking up at Russell Brown. So
Yes.
Russell
He's
Preston
a
Brown. So that's his-
another level.
Russell Preston Brown, if you want to find him and follow
Yes.
him. He does stuff. I tell you what, he did the keynote at not this past year's, but the year before's Photoshop World. And he did a slideshow of his phone photography, and our jaws were on the floor.
Yeah.
So you're just seeing the
Scroll
last
down,
ones he
scroll down.
made.
Like scroll down a while.
Yeah, scroll down a ways. Like
Yeah, load
hit
in some
load more, load some
Or
more.
no, you know
See?
what? It's because they're not logged in.
Oh,
see.
you're not logged
Let me
in.
see.
How lame
Lame-o.
is that?
Lame-o.
Now, do you need to borrow my cable again?
Let's see, maybe. Because I mean, he has some. It's amazing what his stuff. I look up to him. I mean, with this stuff. I mean, I don't know.
He's something. Oh, they logged in.
Oh, there you go. But yeah, I mean, if you look at scroll down, goes old. Oh man. If you guys just logged in.
Look, we're gonna.
Shoutouts here, don't we?
We do.
Well,
We're gonna take a short break.
Look to Russell Brown.
Coming
This
up
stuff's
next,
awesome.
we're going to be giving away some prizes to some folks watching live. We are going to do something else. No, we're going to look at more of Russell's stuff because Erik is logged in. We're going to talk about some other things that the phone does better. There are things that the DSLR and Mirrorless still do better, but there are times where you're already carrying a second camera with you. Sometimes it's a better choice. We'll stick around. We'll be right back. Hi everybody, Scott Kelby here, and today I'm here to expose some photography secrets. There are a lot of things that photographers talk about, maybe at the bar or they whisper between their friends, but somehow they just don't make it out to the public, and I don't know, maybe that's the whole idea. They want to keep these kind of things to themselves. But that's why I've put together a very special training track to uncover those ideas, those secrets, those things so you can fast track your photography. I'm doing a free live webinar about the whole concept, and you're invited. Now, this webinar is for those folks who are tired of struggling along, just plugging away at it, and you're only seeing small incremental improvements, and you're out there pretty much going it alone. Look, it doesn't have to be like that. And I've got a bunch of things that I wished I'd learned sooner, that if somebody had just sat me down and told me these things back then, I could have moved ahead years with my photography. Well, that's what I want to do for you. I don't want you to get a little better. I think I can literally save you years and get you a lot better really, really quickly. Join us for this upcoming webinar on my Photographer's Fast Track. It's the stuff that they don't want to tell you, but I sure will. It's a lot of stuff, from the post-processing to the camera techniques, and to just learning the stuff you need to know and not wasting your time learning a bunch of stuff you're never really going to use. It's a lot of shortcuts, it's new ways of thinking, it's eye-opening ideas that will transform the way you make your images forever, and I promise, if you come to this webinar, I'll make it worth your while. We've got something really special to share with you, something we've never done before, and I really believe it's going to transform a lot of people's work in a very meaningful way. It's about getting real results, results you can see, results your friends and family can see in your work, and I lay it all out in this free webinar, so don't miss out. Sign up today and let's do this.
I am a portrait and wedding photographer based in Valencia, Spain.
I do mainly commercial and editorial photography, and I retouch up to 100 photos a month.
We shoot almost every day for all kinds of clients, such as commercial, beauty, and fashion. And we retouch our work more often, like every other day.
I used to spend over 1 hour for one photo.
If we want professional results, we must remove skin blemishes, do micro dodge and burn, highlight eyes, whiten teeth, and even reduce wrinkles in clothes. And this can easily take me up to 2 hours of work for each photo.
So when I saw that there's a plugin for Photoshop that helps you retouch quicker, I was eager to get my hands on it.
I read many feedbacks about it, and I found a lot of positive reviews, which made me to consider buying my first plugin.
One of the challenges we have at the end of a session or wedding is to achieve an edition in our photograph that looks natural. This is where retouch for me has become a game changer.
I love the feature that you can pick how much effect it has on your photo, and you can adjust it accordingly to your style.
I saved a lot of time and always end up having amazing result with my work.
I am extremely happy with the quality.
Now, I am more efficient and have more time to spare with my family.
This segment of The Grid is brought to you by Platypod, the world's most compact tripod base.
All right. Hey, we got some comments and some shout outs. What do we got here? We got some questions and stuff.
All right, what do we got here? We got Tall Paul saying howdy from Kansas City. Cheeky Nando.
Cheeky Nando in the house.
And he's saying, hey, everybody, happy to join live today. Yes, we're happy you're here, Cheeky.
We love Cheeky.
We got Mike saying hi from Albany, Brian saying hi from Denver, Gary saying hi from Scottsdale. And then, let's see, SJ Macro is saying aloha from Honolulu. Ken is saying hi from Philadelphia. Tall Paul is saying again he's here for the party.
Here for the party.
So Barry's saying new KelbyOne member here, having a blast. Well,
Let's go.
Glad you're having a blast. And Tim saying Scott and the crew, I nearly completed the new fast track courses. Great information all in one place. Great refresher for me. So that was awesome.
Perfect.
That's something new.
Hey.
If you join us on Friday, you'll see all about it.
James Gordon Patterson.
James Gordon Patterson says, I echo Tim's comments. I'm doing the same thing. Butch is saying, Dr. Larry is great. He called me personally two different occasions when I was having trouble with my Platypod. He worked on getting it fixed for me. His products are always the best. So there you go.
They are. They absolutely are.
And that's one of the things that I will say you guys are very good at is the the follow-up with the customers, the customer service, customer support. Most companies don't have that nowadays. They really don't.
Well, we have very much Skip
yes.
Cohen to thank for getting that set up. And Skip has kind of cut back a little bit from us, and we have Erica Bagwell who's taking care of customer service too. So yeah, we try very hard to.
All right,
wait.
We got one from
Nina.
Nina
I
is
love
here for
Nina.
the customers.
Right
from
here.
The customers.
Would love to see the small platypod with adjustable spikes,
Okay.
like its big brother. We're
Just
talking to him
saying.
about this on the
Just
break.
saying.
Nina,
We're
I hear
saying
you loud and clear.
we need
We'll
the
work on it.
Ultra with small spikes built in like the Extreme is. Oh my gosh.
Stuart's saying for night shots without a tripod, you can't beat the phone's camera in night mode. You're right. I mean, it's crazy because it analyzes everything, combines them, it removes all the noise. It's great. And then says it seems it will still be a while before they include that type of computational photography in larger cameras.
It's true.
I think so.
Speaking of larger cameras, you know who is an aficionado? That was poorly said.
Yes.
You know who's really good at video stuff is Larry Becker. So Larry, you want to speak to the video part of this?
Well, I've been doing a lot of video production work lately, and clients are not complaining when they see, like, I've got this nice little rig set up. I use my iPhone, and I've been taking so much B-roll using the iPhone because of the built-in gimbal capability. But what I do now is I've got the grip on top of a handle, and then my iPhone in that, and I can do, walk down the street and take video, and it just looks smooth as glass. And I love the grip and the handle, that combination of the two, for holding my iPhone for B-roll production in videos.
Awesome.
Yeah, I'm surprised how good and stabilized the video is. Like, you don't have to have a gimbal and all that stuff. It actually works shockingly well, the stabilization. I'm gonna, in a minute, I'm gonna steal that cable back from him. But in the meantime, would you show
Russell
he's got
stuff.
some of Russell's stuff
this
here.
This is
and I'm
like
gonna
when
go
we
find
talk
this
about,
video.
like, this is shot with a strobe on a phone, right? So this is the Pro Photo strobe. So again,
You have to use the Photo app.
you do, but it's going to come. This is going to come over to the phone. It's going to be on the phone where everybody's going to be doing this stuff. Where he's literally taking a strobe, a little softbox over here, holding up. I was right next to him when we took the shot. The strobe like this, got phone here, hitting the shutter, and it's just like, because again, he's using his camera like a professional camera. That's all he's doing. I mean, you got like shots like that or shots like this with a strobe, or he's even doing self-portraits with a strobe.
I love that shot.
I mean,
Love
come
that.
on.
Come on.
He is such a
Right?
wonderful
So
character.
if you really want to see where you can push the phone and make it a professional tool,
All right.
go follow Russell.
All right, now this is important. I want you to hear me out because I know that some of you are you're still hesitant to do it. You're still like, oh no, I don't. It's not good enough yet, etc., etc., etc. So I want you to think back. Come with me in time. As I was coming in today, who did I run into in the hallways? Joe McNally, my hero of photography, and many of you. I mean, he is a living legend. He's one of those guys that'll be steadying his life. When we're all gone, they'll be still talking about him in colleges and universities when they do the history of photography. He's going to, Jay Maisel, when they're gone, they're treasures. And I hope it's many, many, many years from now. But anyway, saw Joe in the hallway. And it reminded me of this because Joe shot the first cover of National Geographic that was done with a digital camera. So they've been all film up to this point, and then Joe shot this amazing cover of National Geographic. And he shot it with a 5.5 megapixel camera. It is less than half of the low end of the, like if you use the cheapy 12 megapixel, it's less than half of that was the cover of National Geographic. Now, it is true that Joe could take a rock and a piece of glass, form it into a camera, and take a picture better than any of us could ever take. However, it speaks to the quality. If you were able to make the cover of National Geographic with a 5.5 meg, how much better is the phone today than that phone that he used, that camera, that DSLR that he used to do the cover of National Geographic? So stop discounting the phone. It is actually a tremendous camera. In good light, it is ridiculous. As you said earlier, and you were right, when you're shooting fast-moving objects in low light, your DSLR or your mirrorless is going to beat it hands down. Yes, you're going to crank the ISO, and yes, all that stuff. But outside of that, it is a phenomenal second camera. It's a phenomenal first camera. So can I borrow? Oh, you already put it. All right, I want to show you a video. So at the end of Photoshop World, I wasn't able to be here for the end. I had to fly up to New York real quick and speak at another conference. I was doing the keynote at B&H's Build. I'm sorry, you're right. The Build, BILD conference. So I had to fly up there. So I had to say my goodbyes from New York. So a buddy was with me. I handed him my phone and I put it in cinematic mode, which is a video mode that's very nice. I'm going to just show you just a little bit of the clip of me. This is filmed on the streets of New York with no lighting, no nothing.
Handheld.
Here's handheld, but I did have a little tiny, like this. I had a mic like this, but it was made by Rode, like the little plug-in Rode mic.
Which is a great mic for the phone.
Great little mic for the phone.
Lav Plus or whatever.
And I had the adapter that we saw earlier, that little white adapter that you buy from Apple that is too expensive. Anyway, all right, hold on one second. I have to switch. No, it was weird because you guys saw my screen a few minutes ago, and now we don't see it. Hang on, I'm going to switch to mirroring. Don't move, don't breathe, don't make a sound. I'm going to show you two things because one of them is pertinent and one of them is not. But I'm still going to show you. And
mirror.
We're going to
Do you say that at least once in every episode?
Which was what?
Don't move, don't breathe, don't make a sound. It's kind of like I got a really bad feeling about this in Star Wars. You know?
No, hold on. Wait. Let me find. I clicked off the. Come on. Oh, that's right. Now we have to wait for my computer. So when we plug my computer into HDMI using this particular cable, it freezes my computer for a few minutes for reasons I cannot understand. So we're just going to wait a minute here, and it'll come back.
There we go.
But will it play? Let me see. Will it play?
Yeah,
all right. So this is no preparation. We're literally, we had lunch together, and me and my buddy Craig came out of this restaurant, and I said, hey, I need you to shoot this video, and handed it to him. He's not a professional video guy. He's a guy with an iPhone. And look at the quality. Can you see this? That's just shot with an iPhone on the street. It looks like a DSLR, doesn't it?
You've got that whole background.
I got the background blurry and the whole 9 yards, and it's just handheld. Look how stable it is. We don't have the luxury of any kind of holder, right? He's hand holding that, which I think he did a really good job. But look at the quality of that, and look at how handsome the guy is. That's stunning. This is I'm looking at George Clooney here is what I'm thinking. Anyway.
I think you're going to be on this year's issue of
I think World's Sexiest Man. I know. You know what? I was not chosen as that, as you well know, but I was number 4. So I was close. I was Larry Becker was 3. I was number 4. I was right up there.
I've been looking for myself on the cover for 40 years now.
Yeah, it's disappointing. I got to be honest with you. Heartbroken. All right. Now, we do have some winners.
We have winners for the prizes.
So let's get to the winners, and then I have an irrelevant tip or a trivia. It's just a thing.
All right.
It's just a thing.
So let's see. We got Jim Beardsley is winning she just got back into Photoshop with the Photoshop for digital photographers book. So there you go. You're going to get that. So congratulations, Jim. And then Brian Weiss is winning the How Do You Do That in Photoshop book. Tall Paul is winning the V-flat. So there you go. Then Scott Galab is winning the Platypod handle. Gary Collinser is winning the Retouch for Me. And then Steve S. is winning the On1 No Noise. There we go.
Beauty.
All how
do they get their prizes, Eric?
Yep.
Tell them what they
Just
won.
gotta email us over at gridprize@kelbyone.com. We'll verify information and then send you out their prize. Do that by this Friday, please.
All right, I have this random thing to show you. All right, so I want you to take a look on the guy on my screen. This guy is a legend. What you're seeing here is a funk master. I know you don't think so. This guy is the funk master of funk masters. And how did I find out about him? So you guys may or may not know that my hobby is recreating. In my music studio at home, I recreate songs from scratch. And what I do is I have software that strips out the lead vocals. So I put the lead vocal in, so it's just a vocal track, and I play every other instrument. Well, I'm working on the song Thriller by Michael Jackson, and I go in there and I thought Michael Jackson wrote that song. He didn't. This guy did. This guy wrote Thriller. He wrote all the songs on the Thriller album except for 4. He wrote Groove Line for Heat Wave. He wrote A Boogie Nights. He wrote Always and Forever. Always and Forever. He wrote all those songs. This guy has written more funk hits than you can. Take a look at him. This is the funk man. He wrote Thriller. He wrote 7 songs on Michael Jackson's Thriller album. 7. He wrote Rock With You. I wanna rock with you all night. That's him. This is the guy. I am so impressed with him. He's the funk master. He's the funk man. He wrote Thriller. I just assumed Michael Jackson wrote Thriller. I just assumed that. I don't know why. I just figured Michael Jackson wrote it. He wrote 7 of the songs on the Thriller album. He wrote the rap that Vincent Price sang.
Amazing.
But could he do the dance?
He could not do the dance. I don't think he. Oh, I mean.
Wait, more important, Scott.
Yes.
May I call you Scott?
Yes, please do.
Can you do the dance?
No,
Okay.
I cannot do the dance. Anyway.
So how did it work out with the Thriller?
I'm still working on it.
Still
Yeah,
getting-
it's going to be
still
good.
getting-
It's going to sound
That's a good one.
So my thing is I try to make it sound exactly like the record. Like I try to make it sound like really, really,
Now
really.
you're gonna do the coffin in the beginning and the little steps.
No, I know. I left
you're
that
not
off.
gonna
I
do
started
that.
off with
Okay.
you know. Yeah, I didn't do the.
And who does your vocals?
It's the original vocals.
Oh, you use the original
I use the
vocals. You put
original
them in-
vocals. I strip them out using Isotope.
Yeah, he's got this really cool software.
Z9,
He showed it to me. It's
and
like amazing.
It just takes out the vocal track.
How about what they did with that Beatles song? Now
I
and
know.
Then? Did
You know
see
what?
the
I
the
saw
video?
that. I just don't like the song at all.
It-
I don't like it. I
But the
love the
technology
Beatles.
is
The technology is
unbelievable.
great. It's really good that they did that. I think they did a wonderful thing. I don't like the song at all. I just don't, and I wanted to like
It's
it
very
so
melancholy.
badly.
You got to
It's-
be in a sad
You gotta be
mood to
depressed.
enjoy.
You gotta be like, this
But
is
depressed
not
people
good.
all over the place are
You know-
gobbling it up.
I know. You know who probably loves it? Larry Becker. Let's just go one up on Larry so you can feel it. See?
No.
Nah, that's not one up, but it's okay. It's okay. Larry's doing a slow pan on
Just for
himself.
the record, I
He's
have
doing
never seen Larry Becker depressed.
No, it's not a slow
ever.
pan. What do you call that? A slow push.
Zoom.
Slow push.
Yeah.
See, I'm not a video guy. All right.
Or you could do the push pull and
So-
do like the Jaws thing.
So Eddie Tapp, may I call you Eddie?
Please.
Eddie, where can people find more about you?
Well, I have my own website, which is eddietapp.com. It's with 2 P's.
It's two
thank you.
P's?
Oh, look at those boats, Scott.
It's 2 P's for people that don't know.
2 P's.
Is that Monaco?
It is indeed. Yes.
Larry? I mean, not Larry. Eddie?
Yes.
You're living right, buddy.
I tell you.
All right, hold on. Go back to that. And just you can tell us, Eddie. We're among friends. Which one of those yachts is yours? Is it the first one, the third one?
It was the first one. I'm sorry. Not.
Wow.
Yep.
That's lovely. All right, let's see some more though.
Lots of pictures in there from
I mean, Eddie does it all. It's
a lot of different work.
Wow.
Yeah.
Geez, these are great, Eddie.
Thank you. Thank you very much. You know, I studied fashion photography in college back in the day. And Scott,
God,
this
you've
year.
got everything here. You've got architectural, indoors and out. You've got travel. You've got people. You've got action.
Look at
You've
there's
got
even an
commercial.
eclipse photo right up
Got
there.
an eclipse photo in there? Talk about a well-rounded photographer. Holy crap, you can do it all well.
Oh, you're so kind. Thank you.
Wow, these are great. Holy cow.
There's a picture of Russell.
That's naughty.
Russell
That's
Brown.
naughty right there. That's naughty.
There's
Look at there's Russell Brown.
Speaking of the man.
Wow, look at that.
That was shot.
He's such a great character, isn't he?
You know what?
He
That
is.
was photographed at Photoshop World in Las Vegas in the Canon booth
Wow.
using speed lights.
That was during that. That was the pirate theme.
The pirate thing.
The
Look at
pirate
all these
thing.
pictures. Look at that Lotus. Wow.
Nice.
Well, thank you.
These are so good. And you got a cool signature too.
You could learn so much just from going on Eddie's website, just studying these photos.
And you know what? I tell photographers that all the time. If they want to get better at photography, they need to go look at the work of some great photographers. Because it really, it's not just inspiring, but it gives you an idea of what you're supposed to shoot for.
Yeah.
Like at the level that you're trying to get to. You look at these underwater photos and you're like, oh, my photos don't look like that. You're like, oh, this is the stuff you need to look at. Well, that's scary. I'd have been out right then. That came by me, I'm like, pull me up. I'd be pulling the hose. I'd be doing the whole, whatever you do to.
Skip is jealous. This is his diving days.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Awesome.
So eddietapp.com, you on Instagram?
Tmax007 on Instagram. And
Wait a minute.
Tmax.
Tmax007.
You didn't know.
I didn't know. Follow him right now. Scroll, look at these shots.
Well, thank you, Scott.
Wow, I love this. Is a very different look than what's on your other site. Well, now we're getting back to but all the high key stuff, that was really cool. And then there's the
Well,
fish.
thank you. I'm very honored.
The fish, Eddie.
Yep.
So do you take your camera and put it on a pole and stick it underwater?
Yes. And I shoot from the boat.
That's what I would do.
Just
Stay
put a couple-
on the
yeah,
boat.
just stack these up.
Stack those up and then.
Oh yeah, the
You take the grip.
There you go. Well, thank you for joining us today, Eddie, and
My
also
honor.
Larry Becker. Larry, where can people learn about you?
I have classes on KelbyOne.com.
I've heard of that. All right.
Speaking of
I'm on social
KelbyOne.com.
media, and I have I've been kind of focusing on helping people be on camera. So greatoncamera.com.
GreatOnCamera.com.
There you go.
All right. Don't forget, tomorrow, if you are a KelbyOne member, come and join us for our webinar. Bring one image you want to print. We're going to actually print it. We're going through the entire process in Lightroom. So pick a photo, stick it in Lightroom, and join me tomorrow at 1 o'clock. I'm going to take you through the entire thing, and we're actually going to upload and pay for, you're going to pay for a print, but you're not going to pay retail because I got you a great deal.
Yeah, and then Friday.
And by the way, this is not to promote Bay Photo or anybody else. This is nothing to do with that. This is just, I talk to so many people who don't print, and it's heartbreaking. And this will give you an opportunity. It's not to make a 4x6 or something like that. You want to make we're going to make a 16x24 is what we're going to make, which is actually the right size for digital images. But we're not going to fill the frame. We're not going to fill the whole paper with it because that's for children. Anyway, what we're going to do is we're going to make a really nice print. I'm going to take you through all the things you need to do in Lightroom, everything until we upload it. And then we are going to upload it. I'm going to use the discount too. I'm going to go up there, I'm going to upload it. Now, I've made an account. If you don't have an account at Bay Photo, go make one. It doesn't cost you anything to make the account. Just go make it so when they say, okay, let's hit the upload, you're not like, wait, I got to make my account and come up with a password. Do it now. Do all that stuff now. So tomorrow when we get to that point, it's just boom, 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 and we're done. And when you're done, here's the great thing. The webinar ends, and you've learned a lot, and we've done it together, and we're right there every step. This is a hands-on workshop tomorrow. And then we're also launching this new thing. You're going to learn about that as well tomorrow. That's really
something that members have been asking us for
forever.
Years.
And we're
Right,
finally
so
going to
we're
do it.
Finally going to do it.
We're not like Larry. We're stubborn. Anyway, but we finally broke, and we're going to do it tomorrow. So you're going to we're going to make a print, and this is literally for people who have not made prints. If you got a printer sitting there on your desk, you don't have to go through this. But anyway.
Well, actually, if you do have a printer sitting on your desk, come to it, because I think Scott will convince you that maybe you should do it a different way.
You got to print. Just get one photo. I don't care if it's off your phone. It'll print beautifully. It's going to print beautifully on your phone. Trust me. Mm-hmm. All right. Tomorrow at 1. Friday, open to everyone. This is where the thing that the people were talking about earlier, this fast track thing, that we released it last week. Tons of people are already on the fast track. You can get on it. Come with us 1 o'clock on Friday. Everyone's open. This is the one you want to tell your friends about.
Tell your friends about this one.
You know friends that are struggling with their photography, and you don't want to call them up and say, hi, Cindy, I know you're struggling with your photography. Don't say that. Just say, hi, Cindy. Hey, there's a really cool webinar that I think you're going to love, and it's Friday and it's free. So where do they go? Right there. There's the address. Yep. I love the way we make our addresses really long and hard. And I like the way we do a bit.ly link and still make it hard. We have to write fast webinar. We can't just write fast.
Yeah.
We have to put the
we try to get better at that all the
in there.
time.
Yeah, we do so many things so great. Bitly links is our worst thing that we do. Anyway, Larry.
Can I make something simple?
Yes.
All right. If you want to learn more about platypods and how to use them, how to get the most out of them, I'm going to make it simple. Just go to platypod.com and you can sign up for our email list and get our monthly newsletter, hear about the latest discounts and offerings. There you go. There's a monthly newsletter. And also, I encourage you, we just started this summer, hosted by Larry Becker and by Dave Williams and by Kirsten Lutz, we have the new Platypod channel. We've got over 1,600 people signed up for the Platypod channel. You just go to YouTube and then search Platypod channel, and you're gonna get a weekly video. Every other week, Larry Becker is gonna be interviewing a photographer and discussing with them how they got an amazing photo. And then once a month, Dave Williams, you know Dave Williams?
I know Dave. We love Dave Williams.
Dave Williams is going to be broadcasting from Norway a video on a subject in photography. These are short videos, like 5 to 10 minutes. Yep, you're there. And Kirsten Lutz also will be doing different topics in photography. We cover food, we cover products, landscape, all kinds of things. I promise you, each one of these videos, you're going to learn something, and they're not a big time investment. So please go over to YouTube and subscribe to our channel. You get a weekly notice there. Last but not least, if you have questions about platypods or you just want to speak with other platypod users, go to Facebook to the Platypod official users group, sign up for that. You have to ask for it to be accepted. We've been accepting people within minutes to hours of when they sign in. And this way you can talk to other people and see what they're doing. So thank you very much. Thank you, Scott, for having me. Thank you, Eric.
Yeah.
And I want to thank again Eddie Tapp for coming, and Larry Becker, and Skip Cohn, and Judy Host for joining us today.
Don't forget to go order yours. Order it right now.
Can I thank my wife, Minna?
You may, of course, thank
you, Minna, for putting up with all this nonsense for all these years.
Let me tell you something about Minna. That woman's a saint.
She is.
She's a saint. She's lovely. Your wife is like the coolest.
She's great.
You got lucky there, buddy.
And hey, by the way, come to Imaging USA in January. They're expecting over 12,000 people in Louisville, Kentucky. And guess who's going to be there?
You?
Yeah.
Minna
and Larry Becker. And Shiv Verma. And we'll be happy to demo all our platypod stuff for you. And that is.
What about Levi Sim? What about Levi Sim?
I'm trying to convince Levi, but a lot of people are going to be coming that I've talked to. Are you planning to come?
Hell no.
All right.
I might.
I think you will. You usually.
We might.
We might.
I think you're going to be there.
I don't know. It's a new year, maybe so.
But go for it.
But
go
first,
get this.
Get the handle.
Get the handle. Not the handle.
The grip.
The grip.
Get a grip.
That's the handle.
Get the handle, too. It's pretty cool.
Get the handle, get the grip.
Get the grip. Get a handle, get a grip.
We're only over by 17 minutes, which is really pretty good for us.
Yep.
But hopefully we'll see the KelbyOne members tomorrow, and we'll see everybody else on Friday. Thanks to our sponsors. Thanks to Christina and crew. Thanks to our directors, and thanks to the amazing Juan.
Look at my new shoes.
Jason and Juan and everybody
when
else.
Juan's on that jib, it's like butter. It's like taking a literally thing of butter and pouring it on that.
I just feel
I know,
elevated.
it elevates us all.
Yes.
Thanks, everybody. We'll see you next week.
See ya.
Bye-bye.